garage and let's walk in. This is not no ordinary Vauxhall Omega. This has a jet engine. I've got a bit of a shake to myself. That there is a massive adrenaline dump. My God. Part to the side of the road is the Omega with the jet engine in the back. And then as you walk down this quiet, nice street, this is where this jet-engined Vauxhall Omega's been built. A tiny little workshop, where this is where the Omega was built. Like I say, this is not a massive garage workshop build. This is a middle of a housing estate build. Driving around Great Yarmouth in a jet-engined Vauxhall Omega Hearse. How do you even introduce this thing? This is Rolls Royce Viper jet engine in the back of a Vauxhall Omega Hearse.
Right, this is your HP.
Which is what we said.
It's just basically open the fuel up.
Yep.
So what I normally do is spin the engine up first.
Yep.
Then introduce the fuel in, about 10-15 seconds to spool up.
Yep.
Which will come to about 42%, because they work on percent more than they do RPM.
What's percent classed as?
Percentage of power. You're
oh right,
in,
okay.
Yeah. So idle is about 42%.
Okay.
You think, Christ, it's nearly there.
Yeah.
It's not.
Right.
It's not enough, because time you get around 100%, like you really know about it.
Yeah.
So like 42% is idle. So once you're up to idle, you can then bring your throttle in.
You're happy everything's where it needs to be?
Yeah, you ready?
Go on.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
She fluttered a bit there. Don't know if you heard that.
I heard it.
Yeah, shouldn't have done that.
So what do you think that was?
I don't know, but have a look out the back in a minute. Make sure it's all still in there.
In Jesus. I hope that video shows how much wind that thing sucks in.
I can hear sirens. I've opened that side of the river.
I haven't had that ever.
What, shakes?
Properly like that, but I have never been so frightened at 1 mile an hour in my life.
I don't know what, I think I pulled up to about 50%, I think, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's a,
50.
and like, see what I mean, between 40% and 50%.
It's
massive. So when you're getting up to 100%, which they do run at.
I do, you can feel the wind.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking, yeah, the wind, you can kind of bear this. On 50, it's a tornado, that 10% difference.
So like each 10% after that
is even worse.
It's even worse.
So where have you been to?
I've been 80%, 85-ish. But that's the doors wide open as well. But that's one guy holding the door open actually because of it. That's
It's going to suck it.
It's trying to close the doors.
Insane! I've never had this feeling ever in any vehicle I've ever been in. So let's have a walk round. They're the impellers which spin and throw the air and well, not flames, because we're learning that fire and heat is not a good thing on these things. But then we have obviously this beautiful big stainless like exhaust system type thing. But as you can see in the back of this Omega, there's all this framework which is to support the weight of the jet engine. Stripped out, all reinforced with box section. This side here is all the fueling parts. Richard's obviously learning, I'm learning. We don't, again, Richard's saying he only knows bits and pieces about it, enough to kind of get it to go. This engine will empty this tank at full throttle in a minute and a half. They are quite a simple thing on the theoretical side of how they work. As for what all these levers and pumps do, yeah, that's even Richard says he doesn't know a lot about all that stuff.
Well, the jet engine thing come along when I built a home-built turbojet.
Done it myself?
Yeah, brilliant. And I thought, you know what, one of these days I'm going to get myself a jet engine. And I got one. Well, that's actually my second one.
Where'd you find a jet engine?
Well, first one I found was on eBay. Very little details about it, but there's a phone number in the corner. So I thought, oh, I'll give it a ring. Sure enough, that was him. Turned out to be a really bloody nice guy, actually. And he said, oh, I've got that one as well, if you want it. The Viper. I went, let me get used to the Russian first, you know, that's a Russian MiG engine.
So you've gone in blind.
Totally.
Guy's gone, I've got a couple of jet engines.
Yeah.
Come and have a look.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
It's one of them.
And then from watching some clips you sent me, you've got a Russian Viper engine, which is the one on the trailer.
No, it's a Russian...
this is the Viper?
Yeah, this is the Viper Rolls Royce. The Russian one is actually Czechoslovakian made for the Russian military. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Said, look, it's complete, but I don't know if it runs. I said, well, do you know how to get it run? He went, no.
This is the one on the trailer?
This is the one on the trailer.
Right.
That was my big learning curve. Absolutely myself when I fired it up. So I fired it up in that little garage you saw back there. Yeah.
Not expecting it to be as loud as it...
I wasn't expecting it to start. But it did. It started, yeah.
This big box at the side?
That's the oil tank.
Oil tank, right,
Yeah.
okay. This electrical, like, we're going to get electric
Right.
shock off?
No, you won't get electric shock for that.
What is this?
That is the that's the starting system basically. That's 24 volt, but you have to start it on 12 volt.
Okay.
So if you go straight to 24 volt, you'll bugger up your start motor.
Right, so
And
this is
these,
basically a big starter motor on the front of the impeller, which spins it over.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
They're as rare as hen's teeth, they are. You break one, you're going to be very lucky to get another one.
The centre hose is for...
Right, that is a bit of a Heath Robinson trying to get a bit of a flame going. But that's going to be taken out because the reheat's going in there.
So that's basically, right, so instead of the reheater,
yeah.
that's just to add a little bit more fuel.
Bit of glamour.
Yeah, a bit of show and panels.
Yeah.
How do you learn about these things? Because there's no manuals.
No,
I'm going to
there
guess
isn't.
there's limited people in the world who know how to run these engines.
They're all pretty much the same. The Russian was slightly different because the combustor cans are on the outside of it. It's one big centrifugal turbine. That one's a multi-stage one. Lots of little ones inside. But it's very agricultural, as you'd expect.
Yeah.
Lovely engine, but not as refined as a Rolls Royce. So, as you'd expect, eh?
Yeah, as you would expect.
Yeah, but it was just learning. As simple as that. Just like looking at it. Just figure it out.
As an engineering mind, you can kind of go, well, that feeds that. I get it, and then you can work out what goes where. And
yeah.
I see.
But inside the parts, you don't want to go near them. I mean, they're so delicate, and yeah, they're really. If you open something up, you open up a lot of hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've got this home.
Yeah.
It's in your garage, no car, no nothing. Then what? Did you get this going in the garage again?
Sort of, yeah. Again, there's lots missing off this bit. I had to make that. There's a few other bits and pieces which I had to sort of fabricate to make up, like the igniter box. Although I knew which was on them, which was off. You've got two levers. You've got HP cock and a throttle. That's all you got.
So.
And then you've got starter motor.
Have you actually tried to push this forward with that? And what's that feel like?
Well, it was on this stretch of road, funny enough. It's Mexico.
Right, yeah, Mexico, that's what, yeah.
When I first tried it, I think nothing was really happening. Then I gave it to about 55%. Then it started to creep along. then sort of like it was 50 mile an hour, then suddenly it was 70 mile an hour. So it happened really, really quickly.
Okay.
And stupidly, I took my foot off the throttle. Well, the throttle's on the hand. It's just
Your
doing
brain's
this.
thinking,
Yeah,
"Gonna-"
yeah. And but it took some time for the brakes to even work because you still got momentum of the thrust
Yes.
coming out.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a bit scary.
This thing is pure insanity. Imagine your wildest adrenaline build up. For me, let's say top of a drag racing run, everything's going, the speed, the noise, you're on it, and then you let off and it's like your brain goes silent. You're getting that feeling just stood next to this thing on the outside. And fingers crossed, guys, this will be at the Vauxhall show at Santa Pod this summer. I hope you enjoyed that. This is something crazy, something different, and I'll see you all on the next video.